DC United, the organization, painted their field red with the words "I Can't Breathe" and letters BLM to stand in solidarity with the black community against systemic racism. This at Audi Field in D.C. Later today, DC United goalkeeper Bill Hamid is having an open dialogue on racial injustice. And first, he joins us this morning to talk about the organization's support for the Black Lives Matter movement. And we'll talk a little soccer, too. Good to see you, Bill. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime. I want to talk, first of all, about what we're seeing on the field now at Audi Field with the "I Can't Breathe" paint that's on there, the Black Lives Matter. How did that come about? Was it your idea? Was it a player's idea, the team's idea?
I think it was a collective group idea. You know, the ownership, Jason Levine came to a few of the players, said, we have to make a statement. You know, we have to stand for something. And this was our chance to stand for something. And, you know, we collectively came to the decision to write "I Can't Breathe" and support the Black Lives Matter movement on the field. And I think it was a beautiful gesture. I think it was something that is going to resonate all over the soccer world. You can see it. It's gone viral. And it's going to spread a message, especially in soccer, where there is a big systemic racism issue.
I want you to talk a little bit about that, Bill, and also the fact that you posted on your Instagram. You said it quite simply, just proud of this club. What does it mean for you to be a part of a movement like this here in Washington, D.C., and as you mentioned, something that can reverberate through the international soccer world?
It means everything, honestly. You know, there have been a lot of clubs making statements, a lot of teams, a lot of sports organizations making statements. And this was our way to make a statement. And I think it's something that a lot of people are going to see. A lot of people are going to feel it because a lot of people are walking, they're protesting. And I think it raises awareness to a problem that is all over the world, but really in the soccer world also. So I'm very grateful to be a part of it, to be a part of this club, and to make such a resounding statement.
What are you hearing from some of your friends that are playing? I know you obviously played for the U.S. national team. You've played overseas. You have friends all over around the world. What are you hearing from some of them about what's been happening here in the United States?
Well, it's interesting. What I've been hearing from a lot of people is that there's also protests and marches going on in their own cities, whether it may be in Germany, whether it may be in the U.K. There's a lot of people saying right now that they are seeing the same things being walked for in their own cities. So I think the message is loud and clear. I think the message it has been spread all over the world, and people are feeling that it is time. Racism is something that we need to get past. We need to move past it. We need to be accepting of everyone, no matter who they are or where they're from.
Yeah, and one more question, Bill, before we talk a little soccer. We'll get hyper-local because, I think it's important for our viewers to know you grew up here in the DMV in Northern Virginia. What do you think about what's been happening here in D.C.?
I think it's beautiful, honestly. When in terms of people coming together, walking for a reason. I think what Mayor Bowser did, changing the street to Black Lives Matter, is one of the most beautiful things I've seen. I never expected that a day in my life to be written on 16th Street in Washington, D.C., in one of the most powerful cities in the world. I never thought that could ever be possible, but it's possible, and people are using that as a rally cry to come together and to fight for this just cause, and I think it's so beautiful that this city has made such a huge statement, and people see it, and people need to take a hard look at themselves.
Bill, we're going to have to wrap it up, but real quick before we do, I know you're going to practice today, which is a fantastic sign for DC United and for the league. Is this the first full practice for you? Where do you stand right now as far as getting back on the pitch?
Oh man, we're in full swing. We're getting ready for what the plan is. It doesn't seem solidified right now, but talks have been about Orlando, Disney, as well as the NBA. So, we're in full swing. We're training. We're getting ready. We're trying to get as fit and as match ready as possible. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be back on the field. I think all the guys are too. We just miss Audi Field and we miss DC. But we're going to go and get ready and go get this championship.
Well, we can't wait to see you back on the field, Bill, and best wishes. I know you have a big talk that you're doing later today, but we appreciate you joining us ahead of time.
Thank you guys for having me. Good to see you, Steve.
Absolutely, Bill. We'll see you soon. It's 8:52 right now.